The methods of rainwater harvesting. On an average, a single person needs more than 100 liters of water per day for their basic needs like cooking, drinking, bathing, and washing. Now, think about the population of our country for a moment. Yes, it is 1.2 billion. So, we need 120 billion liters of water every day to fulfill our basic needs. The increase in population has led to an increased demand for water. So, how do we meet this increasing demand for water? We know that a large amount of water in most places is received in the form of rain. Rainwater can be easily absorbed by the soil to recharge the groundwater. But when this rainwater falls on the concrete surfaces, it does not get absorbed by the soil, and so most of this water gets wasted. Instead of letting this water get wasted, we can collect and store it for later use. This method of collecting and storing rainwater for future use is known as rainwater harvesting. This technique can be implemented by making simple design changes to our houses, other buildings, and city drains. There are different methods of rainwater harvesting, and two of those methods are rooftop rainwater harvesting and surface runoff harvesting. Let us understand each of them in detail. First is rooftop rainwater harvesting, which can be done in two ways. In the first way, the rainwater is collected on the roof of a building. Then, with the help of a pipe, it is transferred to a storage tank. This water is then filtered and used. In the second way, the rainwater is collected from the roof and then transferred into a pit in the ground. This transferred water gets added to the groundwater and helps in increasing groundwater levels. We know that rainwater flows into the drains after falling on concrete surfaces, resulting in wastage of water. Rainwater that flows into the drains can also be harvested. In this method of harvesting, the drains are modified to collect the water in a pit. The water collected in the pit is absorbed by the soil to recharge the groundwater. Do you know India is making some serious efforts to implement this practice across the country? For example, in Tamil Nadu, it is mandatory for all buildings, both public and private, to implement rainwater harvesting. This practice has significantly improved groundwater levels in the state. So today, we learned two methods of rainwater harvesting. The first method is rooftop rainwater harvesting, which can be done in two ways. In the first way, the rainwater is collected on the roof of a building. Then, with the help of a pipe, it is transferred to a storage tank where the water can be filtered and reused. In the second way, the collected rainwater is transferred to a pit which seeps underground and recharges the groundwater. The second method is surface runoff harvesting, where drains are modified to collect the water in a pit to recharge the groundwater.